Hi crafty people, this is Ellen with EGI Designs. Today I'm here to teach you how to make magnet sheets for your die cuts. When I was first starting out crafting and I was trying to figure out how to organize my die cuts, mostly my standalone ones like my word dies or nesting circles or things like that where they don't really have a stamp set that goes with them. And I was trying to figure out something sturdy that would work. My first option that I went with was that I used to purchase the Crafter's Companion 8.5 by 11 binder sheets, and I can show you, I still have some old ones here. This is how I store my dies. I haven't moved these over to the new sheets yet, but basically these were the Crafter's Companion sheets. They are just kind of a hunk of magnet. They're very bendy, and the pages all kind of stick together. So if you go to lift this up, your die cut, you can see it there, is coming off, right? Because this is so flexible. So you can just bend these. So all my dies were falling off. And it was really annoying, and I was trying to figure out a cheap, better way to make this happen. So what I created was this, and it is very sturdy. It is not bending. They do not stick because there is a chipboard piece in between each sheet. They can fit a lot. It's 8.5 by 11, and these are really, really easy to make and very, very inexpensive. So what I did is I kind of went through a price breakdown. So hopefully you can see this, but we'll go through. So when you purchase the magnet sheets, these are through Amazon, you get 25 sheets and the package is $39.99. They are 20 mil thick magnet, and they are self-adhesive on the back, so it makes it a lot easier for you. This one is the chipboard. For the backing, you get a package of 100, and it's $22.95, and they are 30-point chipboard. So in order for these to compare with each other, I multiplied the 25 by 4. So it's $159.96 for 100 magnet sheets. Of course, you don't have to buy 100 magnet sheets, but I was wanting to compare apples to apples here. So the total price for 100 made sheets is $182.91, and they are $1.83 each. And if you compare that to the Crafter's Companion ones that I was just talking about, you get three sheets for $16.99, so they are $5.66 each. So if you subtract the $5.66 minus $1.83, it is $3.83 savings on each sheet. So if you multiply that out to 100, you are going to save $383 on 100 sheets, which is a huge savings. And if you are trying to store your dies effectively, that is a great price and savings difference. So what I wanted to do is show you how these are made, because it is very, very simple. And this is the end product. It's very nice, very nice. Alright, so when you order your magnets, they come from Marietta Magnetics, and they come in a pack of 25. And so it's a sheet like this. It's very flexible, and on the back you have the sticker paper. So I'm just going to take a few out of these so that I can show you how to do that. that out of the way. Okay, and then you get, this is the box that the 100 chipboard comes in. So, and these look like this, and they're very sturdy. Let me take out a few of these so I can show you. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is you want to hopefully find something in your craft space that has a nice edge, a nice lip on it, because it'll help you place these two items together much easier. So what I do is I take one of the sheets and you peel off the backing. And this is really sticky, so be careful. And I line it up into the corner. And then you take one of the pieces of chipboard and you go right up into the corner on both sides. And then lay it down carefully. Give it a little back rub. Okay. There you have your first sheet. And once this, you can get a rhythm going, and you can just get this going very fast. Give that one a back rub. So what I like to do is I actually put them together facing each other, and they are sticky together. The magnets stick together. And I'll show you why I do that in a sec. This Scor-Pal is a 12 by 12 and it's perfect for this job, for lining things up. Alright, we'll do one more. Okay, and again I'll put a magnet to magnet. Alright, so now I have 2 stacks of 2. I'll take this out, I don't need that anymore. So what I like to do, this is completely optional, but I like to run this through my die cut machine to kind of really squish them down. And I have any machine that you have that has a wider opening, so this one I think is maybe a 9-inch opening. Alright, so I'm just going to run that through my die cut machine. I'll be right back up to that. Okay. Alright, now that these are squished, I'm going to unstick them from each other. Stack them up. Come on, focus. Thank you. And what I like to do, like if I see any overhang of the magnet, because you don't want that to be sticky. This one has a little bit of an overhang on the magnet there. This one looks good. That one looks good. So then what do I do if I have a little bit of an overhang? I have this Fiskars ProCision rotary trimmer, and basically this thing can pretty much cut anything that you want to cut. So this can cut through magnet, chipboard, I think leather. I'm actually gonna, it's easier to bring it towards you when it's something that's a little thicker. And this is great. It's a little bit more expensive upfront cost, but it is a lifetime warranty. And I will say that one time I got a little, like a little burr on the metal of the blade, and they replaced it, the whole thing, for me for free, with no questions. So I greatly appreciate that. Okay, so then we have this. So then I bring in my 3-hole punch. And this one is, I love it. You can change whatever you need the holes to. So if you need to do just like the 2, or you need a smaller, like this 5.5 by 8.5 pages or whatever, and you need to have a different punch, you can change whatever you need there. Alright, and this thing is so easy to push. It's not hard to do, and it will actually cut through the magnet and the chipboard, which is awesome. See? And it's so easy to do. Okay, now we have that done. This one you can put it down and then you latch it over so it stays flat. Alright, and what I like to do is take some good scissors and I just cut off the edges, because the way that I store mine, I put them in binders, and it makes it easier to turn the pages because they're not getting stuck on the, you know, those things that you push to open up the binder. I forget what they're called. The latches or something to that effect. Okay. So now you are ready to go. And so that was pretty quick to make 4. And once you get into a pattern, you can get a whole bunch done in a very short amount of time. What I thought I would share today is how I would go about, I have the new Gina K Master Layouts 14, and I thought I would show you how I actually organize my stuff. So what I love are these fully enclosed binders, and I'll put a link in the description for all of this stuff so that you can check out whatever you'd like. But basically you just pop these open, put your page in, and then close it up. And this is awesome for dies, because if for whatever reason one did fall off of your magnet page, then they would stay in here and they wouldn't get lost, which I love. And then it snaps closed, good to go. You can put a label on it, whatever you like to do. So for me, I actually have a binder just for my Gina K master layouts and the Gina K shapes. I need to divide this up because it is definitely at the end of, I have no more room at the end here. But basically I put whatever master layout it is, I put it on a sheet, and I like to have these like little photo, this one's like a, you can maybe see it on this side, it's a 2-pocket, so I can keep the original packaging and see what goes in there. Some of them are a little bit bigger, so this one I have just a regular page protector in there, but I can keep it with it. And these, so I like to keep in order. And then at the end here, I have the Gina K shapes. She has the single stitch and double stitch shapes. Some shaker dies to make shakers. So again, I keep the packaging with that. So anyway, in the back, I have my stickers. And since we're doing master layouts 14, that is the sticker I will grab. I like to use an app for to track, like, to organize and keep track of my all of my craft supplies. So basically I use the Color My Life app. So in there I will enter this with the like I'll put the UPC in and everything, and then where it says where are you storing this, I'll put ML-14, so master layouts 14, so I know where these dies are. So basically I just take them out and arrange them on here. Sometimes you can nest them. See? Okay. So now they're all together, and I will put them in the binder and log them, and then they are good to go. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. No. So anyway, I hope this has been helpful. This is a very cost-effective way for your die storage, and I hope this helps you, and I hope you have a wonderful day. And until next time, take care.